So,
Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Pickled Unscripted. Today we have, as always, the creative Matt the Pickled Dragon, and I'm Dracoya with Scale 75 and Avant Art. And today we're going to help our players by telling your terrible DMs what they're doing wrong in combat. There are too many bad DMs, and I don't want our players to suffer any more than they have to. So here's 6 reasons that your combat sucks. But before we get into it, here's a word from our sponsor.
yay, Thorum.
I'll just take the Thorm ring. Thank you very much.
Oh, like hell you will. You can have this, take the Venom Dagger. I'll take the Thorm Ring.
Venom Dagger? What am I? Well, actually, that could be useful. No, wait, I'm taking the Thorm ring.
Over my dead body. I can't
believe
you would even
over your dead body. That could be a ring. I'm going to take this dagger and I'm going to shove it up your...
My ring.
Whether you are looking for truly unique rings to exchange on your wedding day, or simply a statement piece for Renaissance fair or cosplay, look no further than Thorum. Rings fit for the gods. Use promo code PICKLED for 20% off your order. Okay, guys, reason number 1, your combat stinks. You're not using the small battles to help build up the sense of achievement that your players have. You're just giving it to them like some kind of participation trophy. And why? Big battles need to be challenging. You can't just talk about how they're challenging and then the players will feel challenged. Actually do it. Put them into small combat before you actually have the big bad so that they use all their resources and there's a real sense of teamwork and accomplishment. Don't just give them participation trophies.
For sure. You know, those damn little battles, they build tension, right? They're important. And you know, if you follow the train wreck of the dumpster fire that is the 5e DMG, it says, have an encounter, have a rest, have an encounter, have a rest.
No, don't do that.
No, that's stupid. And if you're doing it, you're stupid. So don't do that. Oh, by the way, today we're drinking something new.
Oh, yeah.
Old smoky Tennessee moonshine with peaches in it.
That sounds so yummy.
And it is good. And what are you drinking?
Oh, I went on the opposite end of the spectrum. I have some lovely Pinot Noir from Monterey County.
Oh, it is lovely. So, on to our next topic, though. But make sure that you're using your small battles to build the tension, build up to the climax. But anyway, there is a reason why your players are constantly walking all over your lame, pathetic encounters.
Mm-hmm.
Part of the reason is I've seen way too many DMs. They will throw encounter after encounter with no spellcasters, no special features on their monsters, nothing that will make their players roll saving throws. And if they do have a saving throw, it's something that the players are, players, they stack their stats. So it's, everybody has a good wisdom, everyone has a good constitution or good dexterity, they stack it up. And so, you've got to have a variety of saving throws in the same encounter. You could have a strength saving throw from a wolf trying to trip you. Meanwhile, there's an orc shaman casting spells that require charisma saves or other wisdom saves. And in the meantime, you might have some sort of summon creature causing poison damage. So you're hitting all these different notes that really give your monsters that extra oomph in combat, because damn well your players have so many unbelievably powerful features that WotC has given them. So you need to give your monsters something to fight back with. Otherwise, it's just pathetic. And don't be pathetic.
That's right. And make everyone suffer equally. You can't just have everyone always make a wisdom saving throw. Well, fantastic. What about everyone else? Be equally hateful.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I realize that you probably haven't left your house in a while to step outside and remember what trees are like, but you can actually use them as cover. You can be creative. Use the trees and the terrain that's on your map to make your monsters come out from the trees, come up from the ground, take cover, take partial cover. Come on, just use your brain. And then I hear too much, oh, well, Dracoy, I can't do that. I don't have terrain like you. So what? I never had terrain. I used to stack up little bits of dice. Use a shoe box. There was one time I think we actually used a real shoe and called it a mountain. There was no excuse for your lack of creativity when it comes to not using your terrain.
That's right. It's like, they talk about theater of the mind all the time. Well, there is a halfway point between having Dwarven Forge terrain or Architects of Destruction terrain and theater of the mind, and that's the shoe that you believe to be a mountain.
There we go.
Sure. Absolutely. That's sage advice, Dracoya. Sage.
I appreciate that.
Yes. And something that really grinds my gears, and I think we're gonna hit this note over and over again, are lazy DMs. I have seen over and over, I have been to many dozens of cons and I watch DMs and they'll have 5 orcs or 10 goblins and they'll throw them all out there at the same time. The players will make their little line, they protect their squishy characters, and the combat grinds to a terrible halt, the stagnation. And that's just lazy thinking. Lazy thinking. These monsters are hostile. They're used to ambushing people. They want their stuff, and they're going to do what they have to take it. And that means splitting their forces up, maybe putting a few out there in the first round, a few more in the second round, maybe wait around and throw some out from another direction. All of them attacking directions, and make those squishies run, make those tanks move around to protect them, make the combat fun. Otherwise, it's just pathetic. And again, I said it before, don't be pathetic.
And you could also spend 30 minutes upgrading your monsters and actually prepping for your game instead of sitting around watching Pokemon on repeat in your mother's basement for the 100th time. You should upgrade the monsters that you use. Your players get all the spells. Why can't your monsters? Throw some spellcasters in there. There's nothing that says that you can't up the stats, make it more challenging. Oh, well, you have players who are experienced. Fantastic. Change the stats of your monsters so they won't be able to see it coming. Make your frost giant, throw a fireball. Don't be afraid to make stat changes. You're the DM.
Absolutely. And because we have not drug brain dead DMs enough. One more thing. Here's our last thing. All right. So you guys need to be creative. You need to be creative. And you need to actually put together groups of monsters that actually work together in a productive way. So when you're that DM who throws out 5 goblins or 6 orcs and they're all the same and the players don't have to really even have to break a sweat to slaughter them, that is just lazy thinking. If I were to put together a murder squad, it would be maybe some orcs with an orc warlord, with an ogre, with some wolves, with an orc sorcerer, not shaman. Let's get away from that because the shaman spells are pathetic. Let's actually make an orc sorcerer, a combination of monsters that are going to pummel the hell out of your players. And even better, once they start getting levels, put them up against something that's truly terrifying. If you take a mind flare, they're going to be surrounded by thralls like Umber Hulks. That's a great combination because there are going to be not only that you're going to give levels of wizard to that mind flare. So not only is he mind blasting, he's fireballing. Meanwhile, you've got the Umber Hulk confusing the hell out of the players. And hell, why not take a note from Dracoya's book and put him in a terrain like inside a volcano. So when the Umber Hulk confuses them, they might go running off a cliff and into a pool of lava. I love it, you know, but you got to be creative, you know, do something interesting for once and make your players happy because your players deserve it. You know, they show up every week. Some of them bring Twizzlers. Twizzlers are good. If you want to keep having Twizzlers, you're going to do something nice for your players. And
You
the
can't
nice,
demand better snacks and better booze
right.
if you're not giving them a good game.
Right. You might even work, if you get a good game going, you might even work out your way up to pizza. They might be
Oh, snap. Pizza?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Or Old Smoky Tennessee moonshine, they might bring you too.
Hint, hint from his people.
That's right. So, you know, we're sorry that you players have to suffer, but we're here for you. We're here to give advice to your terrible DMs.
Support group right here.
That's right. So until next time, we hope you like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you would do to these terrible DMs, these lazy, no good, two brain cell rubbing together, you know, basement dwellers who don't put on good encounters for their players. What would you do to improve their game? But until then, come on back and have another round on us.